But yeah, if I'm actively cooling it up here, then it changes what I'm going to do down here. That said, if I fill the loop with petroleum, I can very specifically control the temperature of this area. Okay, here's my plan then. Here's my plan. If I have a counterflow of gas going through this, radiant pipes, of course. Oh, I can only use steel for that. That's kind of annoying. But radiant pipes. So, whomp, whomp, whomp. It's a lot of steel. From a pump down here, and I use radiant liquid pipes, of course, with tungsten. That will come down and into this cavity and then back up and around before going up. Well, that means I'd need to cancel that one. This gives me the opportunity to cool the gas around the pump actively, but maintain it at a certain temperature. So how hot do I want this gas? If someone could look up what the temperature I need the gas to be to encourage slicksters to give birth to molten slicksters. If someone can look that up for me, then I can control the aqua tuner to only cool it if it goes above that temperature. It's 100°C. So if I keep this room effectively at the... What can molten slicksters survive up to? $250°C is the comfortable range. I could just cool down petroleum below 250. Or oil, for that matter. Sorry, 150. Or just 200. Honestly, if I just pumped 200 degree CO2 out there, that would be fine. So again, up there. And at this point, I would want to switch to insulated. Like so. Not that I actually really want to change that, but... in fact, it doesn't really matter at this point. I don't need to insulate it at all. But we would have an aqua tuner. Sat here. Cancel that liquid pipe. Doesn't really matter what this is made of. I could have used sedimentary rock because it's thermally reactive. It doesn't really matter though. Honestly, I could just use the radiant pipes for the whole system. If this is good enough. Actually, I don't want to bridge that. See, this is why I struggle against myself, because I hate having bridges jumping over stuff like that. To me, it looks ugly. But I could have it do something like this. And I know I'm really finicky about it, chat. I know. So something like that. Good night, Dragoneer. Thanks for staying up with me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed the stream. It was lovely having you here, mate. And then we'd have a liquid pipe thermosensor right there. And we just get the connection up like that. And boom. There we go. This will keep this room... Like, if this is above 200 degrees, then I cool it. It's that simple. And I cool the entire block down by that. And the same of any of the CO2 that's over here where the gas pump will be. Which again, would be made of steel. And again, may as well use radiant pipes. Because why not when you're this steel rich? Then we have a little vent there. Then we have insulation down on this side. Insulation there. Little block of insulation here. Maybe this would be where the doors would be. I don't know. But it should work okay. Hello, Rizel. How you doing, mate? What were you streaming? Hope you had a wonderful night. But yeah, we'll get all of this put together. Starting to get a good idea of what this space is going to be now. I am doing well. Thank you very much for asking. Shave off the top there. Let all the salt water leak down. All right. It's an expensive setup for what is probably not going to be an awful lot of CO2. Yeah, it's really not. I guess it depends on the active period, frankly. But if I wanted to, I could use this area as somewhere where I dump colder CO2. I could dump cold gas in here and allow this system to warm it up before it sends it back on its way. You finally beat Hollow Knight tonight. Oh, well done. It's a wonderful game, and I still have nooks and crannies to explore there. But also looking forward to starting a new adventure in a new game. Oh, I can totally get that. I can totally get that. Sometimes it's very frustrating. Well, it's a sort of good frustration, but you really do feel it when there are games coming out or that are just out. And you really want to play them, but at the same time, you really want to finish the game you're in. You're enjoying it a lot, but you're ready for the next one. You're looking forward to it. Right, this can shut off at 120. Now, of course, I want to empty this room out if I can. Now, one way of doing that is to literally fill it with water. Not really wanting to do that for obvious reasons, though. We'll see what we can do. Gonna want that on the main power spine. I guess we'll bring it down, and I can just have a little transformer here to run power to these two devices. That shouldn't be too hard to do. Let's go and check on our volcanoes. This one's going to be dormant very soon. Next dormancy in 0 seconds. So yeah, this isn't going to do anything. It'll go dormant before... I mean, maybe this will produce something. I don't know. But it's unlikely. I find it very unlikely anyway. This one erupts fairly soon. We'll dump a little bit of extra power into the system. Should we have a temp sensor to make sure we don't accidentally send cold CO2? Well, that's what this is for. But that is a good point. I mean, the idea is this will only cool down. Yeah, you're right, though. You are right. You are right. Yeah, we do need a temp sensor. somewhere out here we'll have a temp sensor, and if it's above 200 or something like 175 or something like that, an acceptable temperature, we'll let it through. Otherwise, it gets sent back in. That way, it just keeps cycling. That's probably the best way of doing it, I think. Keep everything moving around. Right, let's go and check in on our slicksters, because we've got a little bit more work to do. There we go. Now we just need to seal it off in before the stupid derps get stuck inside. Oh, wait. Before we do, actually, I need to hook this up to power. In fact, I need to hook this up to power as well. Okay, so let's use a nice conductive wire. Got enough copper that it shouldn't be an issue. In fact, that is perfect in so many ways. That is beautiful. Wow. That is a very, very clean bit of wiring there. Any Sparky would be proud. I'll run it out. Actually, we should probably run it out over here. And we can just hook it up into this system, I suppose. No, we would need another transformer, I would say. So we're going to get rid of this one, have a bridge across there. Conductive wire bridge. Let's just make sure all of this is being built out of the right stuff. Yes, it is. Good, good, good. And probably just go with something like this. Now, how much power are we going to need? Okay, yeah, we're going to need a large. Which also means that I want a battery back here as well. In fact, we can probably just go all the way across. There we go. Yeah, it's only really concerned if we have the idea of dumping cold CO2 and letting the system heat it up. Yeah. No, and I think that would be a good use for the system, because I'm putting a lot of effort into building this system. It would be nice if it was multifunctional, if it could do more than just deal with this, because honestly, this is hopelessly engineered for what it would be doing otherwise. So by priming this system ready that it could help with other jobs like that, I think is a pretty solid idea. To that end, you would want some vents. Do I want high pressure vents? Probably not, actually. Just regular gas vents will do. I could have a couple of them. Actually, the vents should probably be somewhere over there. And then pipes moving in. Well, I don't actually care if they're cold. So, probably won't be using cold pipes there. But we'll see. Yeah, I think we'll have those vents. And I've staggered them only for aesthetics. That's the only reason I've done it. No eldritch trickery. We do need these. Well, let's not do them on a 9. That's way excessive. Let's do them on an 8, though. Let's get this wiring done as quickly as we can, so that I can close this off. So is this Aavak being up early or late? Why not both? Both is good. Go through back on these again. Got to make sure that these are never priority 8, otherwise they will compete with the eggs, for the eggs rather. That needs to be pulled down. Right, we can sink in another bit of the copper metal, the copper there. Again, this is basically a heat spike for us. Or a chill spike, again, what do you prefer? Well, I wonder if this will actually erupt. I don't know, because these have been happening at the end. It might give us one more eruption. You might be super lucky, because it certainly isn't counting up to the next activity period now. So, we don't know. I'm still not actually positive Aavak sleeps. I think he might have gone a little too far into augmenting himself like he does in Wimble. What? What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about. I sleep. I just sleep differently today. I sleep with my eyes open. Can't reach that one. That's fine. We'll just pop a ladder there. Should be able to do that. What's the point of all the storage with slickers? Using up wasted room. That's literally it. I don't have like large storage areas anywhere else, but this makes use of the wasted room in a stable, because all my slickers are staying quite close to the area for grooming, so it's really efficient. But they need to have a certain amount of room to not feel cramped. But they don't mind if I put other things in the room. One day I might actually watch the Tyranny playthrough rather than just increasing the view count as I sleep. Oh, one day I might finish it. Hopefully very soon. It was a real toss-up whether to play Horizon Zero Dawn tonight or not, or Oni, but last time I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll play this, maybe I'll play that. It was between Oni and Eco 1. But I kind of intended to play Oni as well later. I mentioned that as well, so I felt obliged. Also, I really like Oni. I like playing around with volcanoes. What can I say? I'm a man of simple pleasures. You know, just give me a small, modest colony on an asteroid full of willing duplicants and a few volcanoes to experiment with. Possibly dunk the duplicants in. I'm happy. I don't ask for much. But yeah, no, it was very close between this and Horizon Zero Dawn. And once I'm done with Horizon Zero Dawn, I will be back on Tyranny, and I really cannot overstate how excited I am for that. I am super excited to get back to Tyranny. Such a good game. Are the duplicants willing? Has anyone asked them? Would Planeseeker there be carrying around this balloon with such a joyous smile if they were not willing? Nay. Look at that smile. That is the smile of a content duplicant with a balloon. You don't just get that. That has to be earned. Oh, we've got a long hit slickster. Probably increases when the creature's body temperature is between 20 and 60 C. I mean, I could move you over to the other place. At least you'd be over there. You wouldn't have much to breathe, though. So I'm inclined not to. Are you happy? It's -1. You're glum. You are tame, though. What are the other critter stations like? Oh, they're servants as well. I'm just going to have to trust that my peeps are actually trying to take care of them. I may give the Slicksters a little bit of a boost, though. Because there is but one of you. Give that an 8. There we are. That'll hopefully help out. Right, okay, so the Slicksters area is now complete. Also... Okay, good. Good. This is not nearly warm enough. You need to be much, much warmer. You will get there, though, don't worry. We also need this work to be done rather sharpish. Please and thank you. I'm going to want a smart battery. Doesn't need to be made of steel. It's completely surplus to demands. And a large transformer, heavy watt wire, and conductive wire. Now, at this point, what should be coming out of here is eggs. What will come out of here could be anything. So... should be eggs, though. I could take it all the way over to the kitchen area. Because the thing is... The other thing I could do is I could put them in an evolution chamber. Evolve them from critters into food. It feels cruel. Oh, so cruel. And there's really no nice way of doing it. You know, you can make arguments for what's the kind of way to deal with the unwanted eggs. You stick them in a room where you let them hatch and then starve to death, or you stick them in a room which is full of water and you let them drown to death, or you stick them in a room with someone with a giant spoon who will beat the eggs until they crack. That one is on some level at least a little bit less cruel, I think. Because at least I'm just straight up doing it. Wrong place. Whoop. I feel that it is slightly, ever so slightly, kinda. And we'll pop that one there. Pop. There we go. The eggs can just be cracked. Now, the egg crackerer, does allow for slicksters, or should do, but it'll be at a low priority. Now that we've got, like, because the egg cracker is, oh, that's actually priority 8. Why on earth is it that high? You've been killing everything. What? The dickens. Why have you been on priority 8? So many dead slicksters, so many, and dead everything. Actually, the slicksters were fine because they weren't actually selected in that one, but still, that should not have been the case. I am actually just going to reject though. We'll get someone else at some later time, but yeah, the egg cracker will be at a lower priority. So, generally speaking, it wouldn't matter in this particular instance because they're not going to go into here to pick up the eggs because the auto sweep is going to do it. And if it gets down here and doesn't put it into one of these and instead put it in here, then it's because I've got no room. So that egg should just go on its merry way and be cracked. Let's just put it like this. I've seen Aavak put living things in rooms before. I know where that goes. I set it to a higher priority in order to get rid of some eggs that I didn't want hatching. And then forgot. Well, that was silly of me. But oh well. Sincerely, though, I really do hope that you are happy. There we are, groomed, happy, hooray! Reproducing. I am extremely pleased. You're 29 cycles old. A whole 29 days. You grow up so fast. Now, once that's done, that's allowed to take critter eggs if they can fit there. And for some reason they don't go anywhere else. Why is this not being done, though? Just got enough other tasks. Okay, I'm giving them too many tasks, so I need to wait a couple of them out. This is a pretty big task, but once that's done, the Slickster Ranch is effectively automated. All they ever need to do is pop in and say hi. And there we go. We've already got an egg in there, which is incubating. Perfect. There we are. Now, I believe that at 8 critters, they'll get... they will get cramped. That's fine. I would want to set it to 1 less than that, basically. I think I would want to set it to 1 less. 1 less critter in each room, or maybe 2 because there could be 2 eggs in the incubators. But all the other eggs will be out of there. So, for example, if this says, oh, you can have 8 critters in there, well, they will count the eggs. So I could say there can only be 6 critters here. I could make it auto-wrangle them and just take any excess critters out. That is absolutely something I could do. But where to put the critters is the question. I guess over here would count, but there's probably already more than 20 here. Yeah, storing 16 of 20 critters at this location. Now, there is one way you can set that up, where it doesn't count it. You can make a single room with open doors. That room can have 20 critters, and the critter will immediately move out of the room, and then it's no longer counted in the room. We might want to do something like that. And that just lets them out. They roam around, they live their lives, and then eventually they die. And it's more of a natural cycle rather than dumping them all into one room and just letting them perish. Oh, the Slickster's max out at 6 in a room. Okay. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. Alright, but it's time for some more stream raiders, peeps.